we think of speaking in English, the first thought which comes in mind is that I can't. That I want to speak in English, but I can't. Why does this happen? Why this question of I can't always comes in your mind or my mind? I feel the reason is overthinking. We do overthinking. We start thinking about the situations which are not actually going to happen in the reality. And what is that stuff which comes when we do overthinking? The first and foremost we can take that people around me would laugh at me. If I will make mistakes, people around me, they are judgmental and they would definitely point out my mistakes. So this way I may lose my confidence. Things happen this way. In the reality, not only in case of learning English, at so many other fronts also. कहते हैं ना, लोगों का काम है कहना, तो लोग तो कहेंगे ही. लोगों का काम ही है गलतियां पॉइंट आउट करना. So with this feeling, we can never move forward. But a number of times you might have realized, actually things never happen this way. Have you ever noticed that you have ever tried to speak out something and people around you, they started laughing at you? No, this thing never happens. I believe people are not that stupid. They may do these kind of things at your back, but not at your front. Not when you are actually there in the picture. And this thing happens not only in case of talking or speaking in English, it happens at so many other social fronts also. We are together, we do something, and once we are not in the picture, people around us who are there with us, they start talking against us. So this is a general simple rule. This is a rule of life. People do this way. So we should take this feeling out of our mind that people would laugh at us, because this way we can never grow. But another reason which I consider is the most important, where people around us are not responsible, we are responsible. And that is that whenever we start thinking or whenever we talk in English, we ourselves start taking it as a performance, as if I'm going to perform on the stage. Thousands of languages and dialects are spoken in different parts of the country. We never bother. We never bother because we are not to talk in that language, I do admit it. But why does it happen when we are to talk in English? English is a language we, all of us know. Whosoever has gone to the school has definitely studied English to some extent. So if we compare English with the rest of the languages being spoken in India, about those languages we can say we know nothing about those languages. But English, in case of English, this is not the case. We know so much of the stuff, so much of the words, so much of the grammar related to this language. So it is simply our thought process which is somewhere scrolling inside our mind unnecessarily, which is stopping us from speaking or talking in English. So that way we must take that thought process out of our minds. It is not at all performance. It is English language is simply a tool, and we must use it as a tool only. Nothing happens if we make mistakes. Nothing happens if something wrong happens with our tenses or with the grammar. If we become successful in conveying our message to the other person, I think our purpose is done. So we must take this language that way only. And my dear friends, do you think this way, that after few months or a year or 2 years or at some stage in your life, you are going to become perfectionist, you are going to accomplish this goal, you will be at the top of, so far as this learning or talking in English is concerned? No, this thing is never going to happen. Reason being, there is always scope of learning, and English is a constantly evolving language. I'm not sure about the words, but I think about thousands of words are added into the dictionary on regular basis. If this is the pace, so it conveys that this English language is constantly evolving, it is growing. So if it is growing, we will also keep on growing along with it. So simply you start speaking. Stop thinking that I want to speak in English, but I can't. It is simply a myth. You can.